bring the meeting back to order, and we were about to begin public discussion, public comments. I read my little statement. Do I have to read that again? Is there anyone here who would like to address the council?
Well, you do, I mean, there is action to be taken as a result of executive session. So you may, actually, so the public's aware, you may want to add the resolution to the agenda. But you may want to, if there's someone who wants to do that. Just while you read it, yes, the title. So this is a resolution consenting to the appointment of Jerome Barbario as business administrator for the township of Pembroke. And that is who the mayor is nominating for the position.
It appears that would be resolution 270, 2024. Is there a motion to add that resolution to the agenda?
I'll make a motion to add resolution number 270, 2024 to the agenda this evening.
Second.
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Ms. McCarthy?
Yes.
Mr. Dewey?
I'm a yes, but I want it for the record, I'm very disappointed in this administration.
Mr. Gardner?
Yes.
Mr. Dietrich?
Yes. Just for the public's knowledge, we will take up that resolution when it comes up numerically. We will introduce it in any event. Okay, now public comment. Have someone eagerly coming to the fore.
Is this on? Oh, it is.
It is, yes.
Okay.
Just state your name and address for the record,
Marty Graf Wenker,
and your address.
3504 Ramsbury Court, Mount Laurel, New Jersey.
You have 5 minutes.
Okay. Good evening. My name is Marty Graf Wenker, like I said, here on behalf of the BMIA, also known as the Browns Mills Improvement Association. The BMIA had its first annual meeting on September 6, 1919 in the old Canoe Club building. So on Friday, we are officially 105 years old. The BMIA was organized pretty much at the same time as the newspaper, the Philadelphia Press, started selling plots of land in Browns Mills to secure subscriptions. In order to become an owner of a lot in Browns Mills in the Pines, its original name, one had to subscribe to the daily and Sunday press for 6 months plus pay an additional $39.20. Mr. C.H. Graves, the first president of the BMIA, became friendly with Mr. B.C. Mayo, considered to be the founder of Browns Mills in the Pines. Mr. Mayo, coming here in 1916, envisioned our town to be one of America's top vacation and recreation resorts. He inspired the founders of BMIA to construct a driveway around the lakes and a spacious rustic clubhouse warmed by a great stone fireplace where refreshments were enjoyed and dancing took place on Saturday nights. All these were accomplished by the BMIA, including a golf course and tennis courts. We at the BMIA value and appreciate your time, whether it's just a little or a lot, whenever a volunteer opportunity arises. Your contribution can truly make a difference in our community, and we extend our heartfelt thanks to you in advance. Having said that, BMIA has partnered with Clean Communities, and we are asking for volunteers to join us on Saturday, September 14th at 8 a.m. at the Country Lakes Firehouse. I guarantee it is a fun time. They provide gloves, grabbers, a pull-along trash can, and some of us play music while we're walking. Plus you get a free t-shirt, pizza, and soda. If you can make it, please sign up on the BMIA clipboard at the table when you get there. Some other important events are the Board of Education Candidate Forum on Sunday, September 22nd at 2 p.m. and the Town Council Candidate Forum on Sunday, October 27th, also at 2 p.m. November will be the Cranberry Blueberry Bake Off that I am determined to win after being a loser every single year. That date will be announced. Our members have reported that Clubhouse Road is closed from the Yellow Bank to the Triangle, just in case you didn't know that. And we'd like to point out how happy we are to see that the Pemberton Historic Trust not only open every Sunday, but thriving with monthly speakers and events. We heard that they received a grant and are able to hire an archivist to work on their displays. We are also incredibly happy that the township installed a sign there. It looks fantastic. As you may know, an organization is only as strong as its members encourage it to be. The more members enrolled, the greater influence this association can positively influence the affairs in Pemberton Township like we have for 105 years. Membership is only $15 per family per year, and I think that's very important. We are always looking for fresh ideas to make our community better and have board and officer positions open this year. If you are interested in volunteering, please consider joining us at our board meeting next Thursday, September 12th at 6:30 p.m. at the BMA building. For more information, you can email us at bmia.org@gmail.com. As a reminder, dues are only $15 per family per year, and you can pay for this at any monthly membership meeting. We have many more exciting plans this year, and we are so excited to share with you. Looking forward to seeing you all on September 22nd at the Board of Education Candidate Forum at the BMA building, 40 Arbutus Street. Thank you so much for all your attention, and have a great evening.
One question, what day did you say was the cleanup at the Country Lakes Firehouse?
The cleanup is September 14th, Saturday, at 8 a.m. Country Lakes Fire Department.
I wrote down September 4th, and then I thought, wait a minute.
14th. No.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Harry Harper, 18 Highland Road. Thank you all for coming out. Let me get right to it. I'd like you to, read. A little shook up here tonight, a lot of stuff going on. Resolution 203-2024. Please vote no for this resolution. There should be no redevelopment agreements made for farmland. There should not be given a 5-year abatement for any projects. We need to get more information on the proposed farmland preservation for that one. 262-2024 should not be voted on or tabled, taken off the agenda tonight, as this goes along with 203-2024. This has not even come to, it hasn't got past council yet, let alone going to the planning board. We're again putting the cart way in front of the horse. New business, number 2. I think that should be voted no, because we have our own tandem trucks. We can go pick up DGA at 3 facilities within 20 miles of here and save 2/3 of the cost. Wasting money again. New business number 4. I do not know exactly what that's for, but a little over a year ago, we spent over $500,000 redoing that park. And when we did our budget, we promised the residents over at the Pole Bridge that we'd replace their park. And I was just out there last night knocking on doors, talking to people. And one of the things they told me, they don't want a beach volleyball set, they just want their old playground back. Because the kids, aren't up for playing beach volleyball, they want to have a playground. And in this year's budget, I know that was the first one to be approved. We should have never taken that park out before we had the money to put in a new park. But I think things were done for obvious reasons. And lastly, Resolution 270, 2024. I'm surprised about this one coming up. I knew we were looking for somebody. I didn't know there was anybody. I hope somebody from council was involved in looking at the possible candidates. And I don't think we should rush into, hiring somebody new. We need to take our time, find the right person, right fit. And I'm kind of curious, I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but why somebody comes here to work for less money than they were working on before throws me a red flag. But since I still got time, maybe somebody can tell me what new business number 4 actually is. One last thing. I didn't understand why we have a non-employee sitting at the dais. Somebody resigned, effective a couple days ago, and they're still here representing us. It shouldn't be happening either. Just my thoughts on that. Anybody got any answers?
I guess maybe we can get an answer on the Spring Lake Beach playground.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So, council, there's a netting there that's no longer under warranty that the kids love to climb, and they literally have, used it so much, they've gotten so much use out of that netting that it's, become, can't be used anymore, so it's a liability, it needs to be replaced.
It's out of warranty? We've only had it for
Yeah,
a
it's
year.
out of warranty. Yes.
I think I wouldn't do business with that company
It's been
again.
over a year, but yes, you're correct, it's out of warranty.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
To address the council this evening.
He's not gonna address that.
Valerie Rohr, Emerson Road, Emerson. First, I'm gonna let the people behind me are not gonna care what I have to say right now, but I'm gonna say it regardless. I know Hornigal has, been a thorn in our side, bringing every development back onto the agenda. As often as we got rid of one, he brought another one on. That's the one thing that he did often that we did not care for. But that man has my respect because he had 101 jobs and he tried to do them thoroughly. I'm not happy that he tried to redevelop and make us look like Mount Holly and Mount Laurel and Bedford, where he's going. But in all due respect, he had 101 jobs and 101 responsibilities, and I can't say that he did them all wrong. So that's kind of where I stand with him. I'm not happy that he's leaving. I'm not happy if he was staying. I would be happy if he started working with the community and did what we wanted him to do. In general, to me, he's not a bad guy. He just wasn't on our, as a group, page of thinking. Okay, so back to what's on the agenda now. From 261 to, I don't even know how long far it goes down to 268, maybe 269. All the water treatments and piping, and I understand. I didn't read it all. I just kind of got here late, and I'm trying to understand it. I was told that there was possibly $1 million grant, but we're looking at $2 million. Where's that other $1 million coming from? And I just want to say that every time you say, well, we'll bring income in with people, there's no city that goes down in taxes when houses are built and when buildings are built. The taxes go up. So, apparently just to put the water in, it's gonna cost us an extra $1 million besides the budget from, every time I come here, there's more money going to the budget, and it's magically reappearing unless somebody has a money tree in their backyard. I don't know where the money's coming from outside of the township's pocket, the community's pocket. And the farmland, I don't know what number it was. 31, ordinance 31, I say vote yes. Right to Farm Act, that's all I got to say, thank you. You weren't listening to a word I said, that's how rude.
I was listening, I was just looking for ordinance 31 though.
31 is, oh, no, I got this little piece of paper, this is ordinance 31, 2024. Code entitled Right to
I
Farm.
was looking at the prior edition of the agenda. I have, it. Thank you, appreciate that.
So, okay, that's all I got.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Eric Allen, 162 Northampton Road. I do have concerns about having a redevelopment plan out on Northampton Road.
We can't hear you back here.
Does that mic work?
I'm just not talking really loud tonight. I'm kind of tired. I don't know why we're doing a redevelopment plan for farmland. Farmland's good, developed the way it is. I don't think we should give anybody any money. We should be if you're going to develop it, we should not give them any tax abatements. They should pay just the same tax rate as they're supposed to, just like I have for the past 40 years on my property. From day one. The activity that they're gonna bring in is gonna cause headaches for a lot of people. It's also gonna require us to change North Pemberton Road. We're gonna put a roundabout in there. That's not for me.
That was the prior one.
Okay.
356. Sorry.
I won't take that
I
much
have
time. It's all right, I won't take that much time. I am tired, so I'm not gonna talk a lot. But yeah, we shouldn't be giving anybody any tax abatements, or we shouldn't be giving them any variances. They should apply and they should abide by the same laws that they know the property presents them when they walk in the door. That's pretty much it. That corridor brings people into the township. It's a rural community. If we put warehouses right at the front door of our township, we're not gonna get people to come in and do move-up housing to have increase our housing stock, which is also gonna give us, if it gives us a better housing stock, we're gonna have better jobs that come in here. But if you put warehouses there, we're gonna look like East Windsor, West Windsor. We're gonna look like any corridor right off the turnpike. Nobody's gonna come in and say, "Ooh, wow, let me have a house near warehouses." It's really going to deteriorate the value of our property. And you don't get farmland back. That corridor has the best soil you can get for farmland, and then we want to build warehouses on it. You're never going to get it back. And I do have one more question. I guess the attorney should be able to tell us this. Sorry. I do have a question. Since Mr. Hornigold did resign September 1st, why is he actually sitting over there?
His resignation was subject to him helping and appearing at the council meeting tonight, so that was.
So that is part of the resignation. It's in there as well.
He's not gonna wait, right?
Okay, that's fine. Just curious. I mean, if he has comments to be made that are beneficial, that's fine. He can come up and give that comment. I don't know why he's just sitting over there.
Since he worked on every item on the agenda, I would say he's got comments to help if council has questions.
That's okay. I'm just trying to like follow Robert's rules, and if he's not an employee, he really shouldn't be over there. He can sit here to come up, which would be fine. Just trying to keep it clean. Thanks.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Pat Iverson, 59 West Hampton Street. A couple of ones that I have on here tonight, and I didn't even really plan on coming because we didn't get all this until yesterday. It was late coming out. And I'd seen that the Right to Farm ordinance came out late on here. I do appreciate that being on there tonight. Hopefully that gives us a little leeway with all the crap that we got coming into this township, that we don't have a conflict, that we can settle before going to the county or state and do it through, our home rule. On the resolutions, going back to what Eric had said here earlier, the master development for this PDC Northeast, blah, 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 however many LLCs they have. Once again, I think, in agreement, obviously, for farm ground preservation, but going through that agreement, they're saying there's a preservation element in there. It's not really dedicated towards farmland. That's not the reason it's in there. It's for a walking path. And if we go back through and see what we have for acres that are put into preservation for open space, not necessarily farmland, that we need to take care of, versus farmland that we don't need to take care of with no infrastructure, it's kind of a no-brainer. You're losing money on it. Going along, I know I wasn't 5 minutes now.
I know, right?
Somebody's early
No
in there.
way.
Was it me?
No way.
324.
Anyway, no, because if you read in the agreement that the county and or the township is going to be responsible for that, building it and maintaining it. So it's one more thing that we're spending money on that we don't need. The farm ground, we do. That we don't. Because there's more damn near farm ground less than there is for what we have in open space, which is kind of ironic. Going on with that too, there is a continuation with that goes into what we were talking about with the water. This Lake Valley New Lisbon deal is going to ruin more farm ground as the basis for that. Redundancy is kind of, I don't know where we threw that in at. That's really not what this water supply is about. My question with that is though, prior to the water utilities being put into DPW, if you go back to the original master plan, they needed an approval through the water department for a CO on any new housing developments going on. Small ones, yes. The ones that we're putting in, no, because we didn't have the water supply. If they found it from an outside source, so be it. That was on the developer, it says it right in the master plan. So my question is, just because we tie two together, we don't have any more water. It doesn't make any difference. You still got the same wells, you still got the same things you had here. So if it wasn't enough water then, how miraculously now did we have more water to supply these housing developments? So, this is getting to be a problem with putting the cart way in front of the horse every time we do this. Those development plans for that should have been laid out. We went from the school doing this to doing that, back and forth. We keep agreeing to all this stuff with these developers, and we don't have the infrastructure to handle it. Now we're spending money, the taxpayers are paying for that. It's ridiculous. It's getting out of hand. If you leave it farm ground, there is no infrastructure cost to it. So, I disagree with this altogether. And I do question that too, that, once again, if all this, if we've already resigned, I know you're saying he's here to help. Well, he's helped enough, okay? I don't need any more of that help. So, I appreciate your time. Thank you. Like I said, I would vote no on that for the development and no on the water for it. Thank you.
Pat Guthrie, 317 Birmingham Road. I would just like to state I do agree with Eric and Pat Iverson. I'm hoping that you vote no on 203-2024, approving the master redevelopment plan for these warehouses to go up on to approve anything else having to do with those lots, such as, treatment works and anything else, like Patrick said, it's putting the cart in front of the horse. We really shouldn't be spending money on something that we're not even sure is gonna happen just yet. But, I am requesting that for the 2003-2024, please vote no. We really don't want any more warehouses in our neighborhood near Birmingham. We're suffering enough from the one that we have. We have 5 more that are still, up in the air, right on Birmingham Road, and the last thing we need is more at the other end. And also, all the stuff having to do with the water, I've been reading that even Greenberg Farms, from what I understand, has asked permission to, or something having to do with Rancocas Creek, utilizing some of the water from the creek. Well, if any of you guys gone by the creek lately, there is no water in that creek. You can actually see the center part of the dirt in the center of the Rancocas Creek. So, I'm told this is a dry time right now, so usually the water is low at this time. So, I mean, I don't see how somebody can utilize any water from the creek, especially a development, like, what do you tell them? Well, for the month of August, you just gotta go without water. That doesn't make sense to me, because that's like telling them, how are you gonna get, you're not gonna have water in the month of August. I just think that this is so wrong, but thank you very much.
Thank you.
Maybe this is for warehouses future, or off North Perimeter Road.
Deborah Skipper,
They're trying to slip in, education concept for the water treatment.
I'm just a little,
They want
yes, we come in tonight and we find out that we're in the VA. Is he been hired? No, go ahead, Dave.
No, I don't wanna.
Okay, I just,
Go ahead.
I'm just hoping that, when Medford takes 9 months to find a VA, and there's quite a few townships that are looking for one, and you find one in less than a month. I just hope that he's being vetted properly. Like, we're looking at Malone, Jerome, Jerry, but, I hope that everyone has done their due diligence, because we come in tonight and all of a sudden we hear that we have a new VA. Well, that's a little, have been problems that we've had for the past, how many months, years. So, but, I'm sorry, Mr. Sosa, you were saying, I'm done.
No, oh,
Go ahead.
that's it? So the mayor has nominated him, the candidate, and if the council adopts a resolution confirming the nomination, then the candidate will be hired.
Does that not have to be voted on unanimously by the?
Unanimously? It has to be a majority,
Of the-
like all
of the board.
votes. What, three?
It doesn't have to be a super.
No.
Okay, thank you.
Anyone else?
A lot of questions.
Name and address.
Vicki Adams, 613 Sanders Drive. I first want to go to, first of all, in the first one, 203, I don't believe we should give any more warehouses credence until we do master plan. 250, 2024, when we left at the last meeting, it was going to be looked into the union to see if the the guys here could board up the houses. I wanna know if that was done, if that was discussed, what the outcome of that is. Also, the dump bodies, when we were here at the last meeting, if I'm not mistaken, it was given to Mr. Dewey the opportunity to go down and look at them to make sure that they weren't rusted out, and I'd like to know the outcome of that. And then, I would like to know where, we are installing fire alarm systems, because I'm assuming since we're installing them as a city, that they're in public buildings. Where are we installing them for $26,000 that they should already be installed okay? The water thing, I think that, I do agree with the guys as far as the water cables and stuff like that. And then going to the ordinances, the one thing I wanna tell you, these are the second reading, nothing gets done unless you guys approve them at the second meeting. So right now, you still have the ability to say no. You know, it is still your job as the council to listen to your township people and what they want and don't want. The first thing on here is creating chapter 191 of the Pemberton Township Code of Right to Farm. We are a farming community, we are a small community, and the right to farm should be voted a yes. That is what we have all been telling you for weeks and months that I've been attending here. There is ordinances on here for, bonds and capitals and, sorry, and, appropriating funds, for things. You know, these are ordinances that you guys have the right to say no to, and not feel like you're gonna be sued, or the township's gonna be sued if you say no to. It's not, you haven't voted yes to it yet. Once you vote yes, it then becomes a responsibility of you guys. And we already through the master plan, we're still waiting for that. I'm asking you to consider that when you vote for these things. Let's get to the master plan. We need to take and restore our town to what people want it to be, which is a community, not one of warehouses, not like West Windsor and stuff like that. And I don't know the new VA, I have no idea who he, or, you know, who their proposition are, but the one thing that has been said all along is to vet. That the one thing that Mr. Dewey has said in a lot of the contracts, a lot of the people that have been through here, that they're not vetted, they are not, you know, what are their things? Were you guys as a council, cause you're voting tonight, were you given the information in there that gives you enough information to properly vet this man? Okay, that's all I'm asking you to do. Use common sense in what you do. Table it for a while if you have to. Go and vet him first. I'm saying you have options here. Okay, now I'll shut up and you can answer my questions.
I believe the first question, one of the questions at least, was about the boarding up and we do that in-house. Was that looked into at all?
I did go down and talk to Tom, I did go down and talk to Public Works. We had the discussion. They had very, very strong feelings about this, that they did not want to do this. There was a lot of concerns about workman comp, claims and other things. They feel that Belfar is a specialty company that does specialty work, and we should keep it with that company and then not do it. And these are coming from people that are experts in what they do, and I gotta trust what they tell me. There was one other question that you
Who are
asked.
the experts? You just said this is coming from people who are experts in what they do. Are you talking
Public
about our
Works.
people, or are you
Our
talking
people,
about?
Public Works,
Okay, but they don't do this, so they're not experts in this.
and what they do. They know their capabilities.
Okay.
Okay, let's not go back and forth. The next question is about dump bodies. The dump bodies, we were gonna look at that. Did we do that?
I did talk to Mr. Dewey, and I believe Mr. Dewey was back in Public Works with another gentleman. And I believe he did do the inspection. I don't know the outcome of that. And as far as the question on the fire alarms, those are for the buildings back in the Public Works area. They do have fire alarms in there now. They do need to be replaced.
For $26,000 worth? Don't they just need to be upgraded? I mean, that's a big expense.
I'm sure that they got multiple quotes on this.
They're not like home fire alarms, they're industrial fire alarms that are remotely monitored, and they're bigger buildings, they're not small houses. The pricing is fair, we got quotes.
Okay, I think that was all the questions you threw out.
I just wanted to make sure that you guys had gotten information you needed to properly vet this gentleman
Okay.
with your decisions that you're making tonight.
We appreciate it.
I don't need to know the details, I just wanted to make sure they got information.
Thank you. Anybody else who wishes to address?
I don't have anything like very, hard to answer. Street repaving, so I see you're repaving a lot of, Earlene Alexander, 4 Chipmunk Run. I see that you're repaving a lot of the streets, so I am concerned about the rest of South Lakeshore and the streets that, the residential streets along there too. Because I look at the map of the township, and I see where the roads were replaced, it says improved. From where I am and down, it says not improved. So I take it that means it needs to be improved.
Well, usually improved and not improved means paved or not paved.
Right, so
Basically.
we need pavement.
Well,
where I am.
some streets in Browns Mills just don't get pavement.
Can I
And
add
how
into
far
that?
out you go.
Without,
Well,
can I
hold on,
add into
Mayor,
that?
before you go on, let's just
Yeah.
wait, if there's any other
Yes.
comments, let her go through everything.
Yes, and also, any of the water projects that are going on in the township, will they increase water pressure, give us more water pressure? Because right now, it seems that we are losing water pressure and the amount of water, even though the rates are increasing. I do have a question about the camera for the police department, and a license plate reader. Will these be inside the vehicle, or will they be at certain locations, like a parking lot or something? And that's it.
Okay, thank you.
The paving, I asked the same kind of questions last year, and I said, well, if it's just a dirt road, why can't we just pave over it? And you can't do it because the new state and Pinelands and other regulations on stormwater management, you have to have an engineer firm come in, engineer all the stormwater management, everything else. And you have to go to the Pinelands and get approval because you have pervious, impervious, and all that. So it is a process trying to get a paved road put in Pemberton Township. So I understand your frustration. For the water, what we're doing right now, I think the big thing that we're looking to do right now is a redundancy. I mean, we're trying to hook some of these water systems together, like Lake Valley's a standalone system right now, if I'm
That's correct.
so it's standalone. If that pump or something happens to that water, those folks in Lake Valley lose their water. With what we're trying to do, pumping it from New Lisbon over to Lake Valley, if something happens to either one, we have a source to pump it the other way and take care of water service in either part of town. And the way there is now, there is no interconnect. So we're trying to make one big loop service so that there is redundancy in it that we don't have now. And anyone that's worked with me for any amount of time, redundancy is something that I'm always looking out for. License plate readers, I'm assuming you're talking about the ones on the police car? That would be internal and external. The sensors would be on the outside, and then it would communicate to the computer system inside the car.
But it's not at a stationary location along the road. So
No, that's not what we're ordering.
Just clarify.
I can just suggest that, we look into repaving the rest of South Lake Shore and, look into some technology to increase water pressure. I just went through a storm water project at my job that did increase water pressure.
I'll let you handle it, since you're
Yeah,
so.
so,
That was the
for
suggestion.
South Lake Shore Drive, we are looking to go out to bid for the rest of what we haven't done. We're also all the way up to, I believe, the bridge that crosses over to North Lake Shore, and we do have money budgeted for a pressure regulator for the Pemberton water system, so, my successor will need to follow up on that.
Thank you.
Utility Trail in Country Lakes. One more day until school is back in session. Please be aware of the kids that are getting on the school bus. And if you'd like to celebrate the first day at the Pemberton Township High School, Friday, September 6th, 6:50 a.m., we're having a clap back for all of the students coming back, including our seniors. If you'd like to come out and support them and be there for them. Second thing I'd like to mention is please be vigilant in our community. Georgia just had a school shooting today, and two teachers were killed and 2 students were killed. So that's really sad about going back to school. It's not something that teachers and staff want to think about or worry about, but it is something that we have to take into consideration in this day and age. Please be vigilant. Please look out for our youth, and please come out and support them all coming back to school. Thank you.
Ms. Miller, I know you, I think I saw on Facebook that you're Girl Scouts. Can you just share with them what they're gonna be doing with the inauguration? Yes, could you share, please?
Well, I'm in the early phases of that. I have a Girl Scout troop that I've had since they've been in kindergarten. They are 11th graders now, and we have been invited to go to the inauguration in January. It is in the very, very early stages of planning, but it's very exciting, and yeah, so I'm always here supporting our youth. Sorry about the bad news, but we're going back to school, and I just want everybody in our community to be aware that everybody going back to school and be vigilant and be safe. Thank you.
Thank you. Good evening, Ms. Phillips.
Good evening, everybody in general. I'm going to stay here and piggyback to what all the stuff what I've been here. I'm going to start with the water problem. I stated in the past, we don't have water to take care of the whole township at this time. And this administration wanna bring developers in here. When I attend one of those meetings, the planning board meeting, in reference to the Equerry development was coming up in off of Acres Road and on the back road there, Old Bridge Road, whatever. The engineer stated to me they were not going to use him our water whatsoever. Well, you know what? Baloney. I told them, don't believe that. Because we, Presidential Lake alone and Route 7 is surviving, and world waters. I know there is part in Country Lake also surviving world water. We don't have enough water in our town to bring developers. And number 2, we are so short. We don't have police department. What is going to happen with the fire department? Do you know you bring a developers in here? Buildings in here, what is going to happen? You going to need new fire trucks. You going to need paid firefighters. We cannot even get volunteers in this town. I know the answer, but I'm not going to say it either. Keep it to myself, because I saw what is going on in this town. That's why we don't have no volunteer fire department, okay? And I know that sooner or later, we're going to wind it up to have a paid fire department here. That means I just hope the administration voted no. No developers we need in here. We need our farms. Take care of what that we got. I live in a small development, and I'm going to be honest with you. 10 or 12 years ago, when the other development down the road came down, the last development, Presidential Lakes, my water pressure went down, okay? I used to do the washer, I used to do can take a bath, water my garden, do everything, and guess what? I'm lucky now. If you doing the washer, you do the washer. You do the garden, you do the garden, because there is no more water. Okay? That's mean you people have to wake up and smell the roses. We don't want to live in the desert. We choose this place for a reason. And I know for a fact, Presidential Lake is not going to have no water for many, many years. I know that. Possibly will be drowned in the pond. Okay, I have my 5 minutes yet in here. Okay, now I'm going, yes, is take a reference to the empty houses in the community. I know that we have plenty empty houses. I know the banks and companies, they own those houses. They are looking so then if I want to sell my house, I know I cannot sell my house. Why? Who want to live in the dumpster, next to a dumpster, number one. And I know the banks pay taxes. Many these people use the code enforcement to have the tickets. I know they drive in my street. I was going to get out from my house the other day. I was in the deck. I see the code enforcement park in the front of my property there. I was going to go out and ask him if he got any problem. The only street I see this man go by or this vehicle go by, New Hampshire Road and Tennessee Trail. I guess because I complain about it, I'm going to pay for it. I just want to know that I hope that those houses, empty houses, be taken care of. I also hear in Presidential Lake, there is a squatter in those empty houses. And look after. If something happen, I know what I can do. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, up here. Michelle, come on, sit up here. Be quicker.
I'll be up there. I am. I'm gonna get up there in a minute.
We can leave.
Good evening, everyone. How y'all doing today? Like Justine said, school is about to start. Just remember the first 3 days of school are going to be staggered starting. Oh, I'm sorry. Robert King, Pete, 247 Amherst, Pemberton, New Jersey. Sorry. So I'm back to remember the first 3 days of school are going to be staggered. They're to help allow for better busing. And please remind everyone that we're going to be a little bit more strict this year as far as zero tolerance for violence, and we're also trying to get better attendance out of all of our students this year. So hopefully we can get the two going together. Also, on the school buses, when the arm comes out that says stop, it does not mean drive around. It means kids might be running, so please watch out for safety as that goes. Now, for my Scouts BSA, I want to let y'all know there, I forgot my paper that had the dates on there, but there's going to be a kindergarten fishing tournament in Vincenttown coming up. And there's also going to be a Sporting Clays event coming up as well. So there's like in 30 days. So if you want to go out and pop off some clays, go to the Garden State Council website, and you can check out their calendar for their community events that they're going to be having as well. And the Cub Scouts here, PAC 152, they're going to start their year off on the 15th of this month over at the American Legion in Pemberton. My troop's starting back meetings this Monday night, 145 or 397G, and 145 meets on Thursdays at the Brownsville Methodist Church. So Scouting is a great benefit to the community because we teach community service. It's a benefit to the scouts. If we had more kids in scouting, they could do better in school, they could do better in service, and they would learn how to serve the community and how to be better citizens through scouting. And there's also some benefits to it, whereas if you go to into the military and you're a Life Scout, you go in as an E2. If you go in as an Eagle Scout, you go in as an E3. So there is benefits to scouting, and there's also scholarships. That being said, and then as far as being a citizen here, thank you all very much for coming out and fixing my sidewalk. I was remiss last month in forgetting to talk about that, but they did a really good job. So, all right, y'all have anything for me?
Pete, where are you guys going to shoot place at?
I can. Yeah, I'll have to, I can give it to you here in a bit.
All right, no problem.
So,
Count me in.
all right, anyone else?
Sounds like fun.
Appreciate it,
All
thanks.
right, cheers.
Ms. Foreman.
Thank you. Hi, yeah, so, I think it's great that the scout leaders are here tonight, and I wish I could hear more about what they do. And I think that would be great for BMIA to have Mr. King and the Girl Scout leaders talk about what they do. Yeah. It's very fascinating with Mr. King's story about how they're going to White's Bogs and building benches out there. Yeah. Okay, so I'm a little bit lost for words tonight. I have a question. I thought that Rosemary Flannery was gonna be here tonight, and Candace and some of the department heads were gonna be here tonight. Were you under that impression? I see you shaking your head, yes.
Any other comments, Michelle? We're
Oh,
gonna
right.
get through it,
Right.
and then the council can answer, so we keep the meeting going.
Thank you, right. I forgot about that, right. I just, I know Mr. Hornickel's gonna leave, I just have so many questions, I have questions and he's gonna be gone, and now I don't know how I'm ever gonna get these questions answered, but, I guess I'll ask one, is the bike path around the town.
Here, we didn't see reason to inconvenience all those people. Okay, thank you. Thank you, have a great night. Yes, sir.
You know what they say, last but not least. I just wanted to say, my name's Alexander Cox, I live at 2950 Route 70. And what's the guy that you're supposed to hire for the business administrator, the resolution? I would just table that for tonight because there were some newspaper articles about him. And I think you all should just read it, just to have a little bit more of an understanding of what's going on. I was just told to tell you that, so. Oh, and I sent you all an email.
Who's pulling the strings here, Mr.
Yeah, that's what we wanna know.
Never mind, go ahead, go on.
I sent you all an email with a picture attached. Did you all get it? It's Reeves Road, right off of Route 70. Somebody dumped like pavement, like a mix of pavement and other stuff illegally in the road. So, do I call the township or do I email the picture to the township to have them come and clean it
I
up?
don't know, along Route 70,
It's
the
right off.
state right of way is very wide, it may be on state property. Yeah, it's like 500 feet wide or something.
Should I contact the state?
If it's on their property, I don't know how close the highway is.
It's a little bit back.
I notify everybody.
Okay,
You can't
know.
hurt,
Oh,
right? State, township, can't hurt.
all right. Does the Public Works have an email? Or is it on the website?
Daniel,
It's on their website. Yep.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I think he was last, that's what he told me anyway, so, we'll close public comment.
I got you.
Yeah. We've closed public comment, Donovan, but you're a member of the council. Do you have a comment to make?
If Mr. Costa, or the first one gives us the concept information, could come up and so you can quote what article he's talking about, so we could all be versed and aware of what's going on.